Do you want to talk about Bruce a little? Just about...
Sure. What do you want to talk about?
Well, he's your best friend.
He's my best friend. He's my soulmate.
Yeah.
We've seen each other in the best of times and the worst of times.
Mm-hmm.
We created a family together. He was a colleague. He was a mentor. Great teacher. Did we argue and fight a few times? Yes. And one of the greatest memories the team has was we had been known to certainly disagree, and the students would delight in our disagreements. But what we did was we had a pact like good parents that the students would not drive us apart. We stood together. Now, we might disagree, but we often would go behind closed doors and do those disagreements. And the students pretty well knew that it wasn't a matter of going to Doc to see if we can go something against Doc Ed, or vice versa. We stood together. They weren't going to drive us apart. So it was kind of a parent thing. But they delighted in some of the jokes that we would play on one another. One of the most memorable that the students to this day will still talk about is we were at national tournament, and at the end of the day, his events weren't doing all that well at nationals. My events were carrying us at nationals. And everybody was kind of low-key about it. We went out to dinner, and we decided afterwards we were going to go for ice cream cones for dessert. And as only Bruce Manchester would do, he started with ice cream cones, saying, "Thank heavens for my events. If it weren't my events, we probably wouldn't be doing anything at nationals." And just going on, and the students were kind of rolling their eyes, and all of them were kind of watching me. And I just came from behind with a full ice cream cone and just smashed it in his face. And there he was with ice cream and cone all dripping down. And the students loved it. And I said, "And what is it about Doc Ed's events?" And he said, "I guess they're the ones carrying us right now." And he just laughed, and we had a good time about it. But the students loved it, that I got one up on him in terms of letting him know who was carrying the load at that point in time. I just have tremendous respect for him. Again, he, to the students, was not only a teacher, he was a role model. He was a pseudo-parent. And again, he wanted a nationally recognized program, but he wanted one that was honored with integrity. Because we commanded and really absolutely overwhelmed the East Coast. For all of the years, we were the East Coast champions in a series called the Great Eastern Series. For all of the years that we coached, we were the District 7 champions. We won the district tournament. And it would be easy to have been hated, but we never were. And I think that's a tribute to him, and I'd like to think a tribute to me as well, that people respected the program that we had. We encouraged and supported the growth of programs in our region, and they loved the success that we had. And when it came time to come to nationals, the East Coast were behind George Mason all the way. And that was a nice tribute, I think, to him, because again, it would be easy to be a dominant program and be hated in your area. Again, as a colleague, he was the best. He just knew how to be there in the good times and knew how to get you through the bad times. We certainly went through challenges and usually humor and honesty. And we didn't always agree, but we understood we disagreed, and we understood why, and we let go of it and moved on. And he was a great mentor for me. One of the things he let me know when I was hired for the position was he wasn't looking to groom someone to take his place. And so he wondered whether I would stay, knowing that assistant director was really all he wanted me to be. He wasn't looking for somebody to move up to director. Would I be happy with that? And I absolutely was, because he had to go fight for a budget, and I didn't want to do that. He put the schedule together in terms of, getting vans and motel reservations and all that stuff, and I didn't want to be bothered with that. What I wanted was recognition for the coaching and the leadership that I did provide, and he made sure that I was honored. I received awards from this university in terms of my service from 3 of our national organizations. He and I both received honors and national recognition, and he was the one who nominated me for those. He helped me get through, assistant to associate, associate to full. He was the one who oversaw that process and encouraged me to grow and develop. I had the opportunity to be an editor of the National Forensics Journal for 5 years with no support from this university, because at that point in time we had no support. He supported me. He helped me get the kinds of things that I needed to do that job and to get support and to get recognition for it. So he was very generous in his honoring me and sharing recognition with me and seeing this as a joint venture. And if he hadn't done that, I probably would have been gone in a few years. But the kids knew and the administration knew it was a family affair, and the 2 of us were equal in that responsibility, and both were honored for it. So that made it, I wouldn't have been an associate director for anyone else, and I never wanted to go and be a director because I had created with this program what I wanted to create and had all the success and all the recognition that I wanted in this program. I had no desire to go anywhere else. And so it was either leaving it at the end, but it was never a matter of going anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.